I've had a chance to work for 3 different presidents, and I feel very lucky to have had that opportunity. It's been a privilege to serve my nation. I worked in the early 90s at the U.S. Agency for International Development before I went to graduate school. And after graduate school, I worked in the private sector for 7 years. I was there when 9/11 happened. And on that day, I realized that there was certainly something that could be done as an American and as a Muslim where I could serve my nation. And I worked very hard to try to get to Washington and started working in 2003 for the U.S. Agency for International Development, and then worked at the White House at the National Security Council for 2.5 years. But after the Danish cartoon crisis happened in Europe, I was asked to go to the State Department to work on Muslims in Europe for 2 years. And I was doing that job up until this administration began. And Secretary Clinton asked me to serve as the special representative to Muslim communities for the first time in American history. Well, I think my background is one in which, because I was not born in America, I came to the United States as a baby and traveled a lot growing up, back and forth between America and India. I had a great appreciation for diversity and a great appreciation for international affairs because I was always interested in other cultures and countries and what was taking place on the planet. So I had a very international perspective. I wanted to try to find a way to serve that's very much a part of me, and I've always been interested in communities and how they can affect change. So this is a job in which I've been able to marry both my interest in foreign policy and a very important issue for this administration and this president, and also understand how important it is to pay attention to what's happening on a local level. I've had a terrific year in office. I was sworn in a year ago and have been to 30 countries around the world, and very diverse countries, so Muslim majority countries and Muslim communities where they are minorities. And everywhere that I go, I'm focusing on the next generation, so the so-called Facebook generation, a generation under the age of 30 that has the capacity to use new tools in amazing ways, to promote ideas and be innovative about how they do things, to create change on the ground. So my greatest piece of this entire journey through the world has been the chance to meet with this generation, to hear the inspiration and the energy with a generation that is thinking about themselves differently and has tools to affect change like no other generation before it. This is a great trip to Spain because I'm not only staying in Madrid, but I'm also going to Barcelona, and earlier in the week I was in Murcia. It was fabulous, had a chance to really hear from different perspectives of people. I worked really trying to get a chance to hear what's happening on the ground. So today, for example, the ambassador hosted a roundtable in which many representatives of different communities here in Madrid talked with us for a couple of hours about issues that are of concern to them. I also went to the mosque here in Madrid and spoke to the general director, who's a new person in this job, about his vision for the mosque. When I was in Murcia, I spoke at the Concordia Forum, which is a group of young leaders from both the UK and America, and used the facility of Spain, which has a really remarkable, as you know, history and legacy to talk about issues globally that are important to this generation. So that's the kind of thing I've been doing.